producing my media products, I use a lot of media technologies in order to create this. For example, I used a lot of iMovie, as that's what I mainly use to chop and cut my videos that I made, e.g. talking on Blogger for my research, but also for my main trailer. I use many things during iMovie using the advanced tools. For example, I use picture-in-picture, which is where I have my face and a little picture in the corner. I've used that a lot in evaluations. I've also used side-by-side clips, so I've had myself and another video beside. I also have cutaway, which is where I fade up while I'm talking and another clip fades in while I'm speaking over it. This has been really helpful because it's allowed me to explore more of the technologies in iMovie, and it's helped me make my blog a lot more interesting than it was last year. Also, for the trailer itself, I use many things like fast forwarding, slow-mo. This was really easy to find out. I watched many YouTube videos finding out different ways on iMovie that I could use to make my knowledge wider in order to find out what things I could use to make my product better. For example, I use the fast forward rewind tool, fast forward and rewind. I made some clips slightly faster, but I also rewinded a few clips to show the images going back on itself and starting again. This is to help the order of our trailer. Over the top of this, I did a picture-in-picture, and I faded out the picture that I put over the top, which was Anna and Robbie when they were younger. By having this with also the clips rewinding, it shows that time's going back to when they were younger, which is the clip over the top. This was really successful, and I thought it would be very different and new and inventive. For my research and planning, obviously I put it onto blog, but because I didn't want to use a lot of writing and just normal text, I did a lot of YouTube videos in order to show the examiner and people what I keep up to. For example, I made videos on me and my group editing. This was really fun because I was able to add music on and download music from iTunes and put it on over the top. I also was able to record my screen by QuickTime. I researched how to do screen recordings on YouTube for my iMovie, and I found a really good video that I had to use QuickTime, record the whole screen, and it allows me to record the whole screen without any music. I thought that this would be really inventive because it'd be able to show the examiner what I have on screen without having a camera behind me, and it would be more clearer to see. I used a lot of QuickTime when doing my evaluations because it was able to me to use pictures from my research. Also, it was able me to use clips from YouTube for my research stuff that I made, which I thought was really helpful because the examiner was able to see exactly what I was doing. Also, for the technologies, I used a lot of Photoshop. It was really difficult finding and working out Photoshop as I had never used it before. For example, the stuff that normal thing is cutting, fading out, chopping out backgrounds from images. I did many YouTube video researches to be able to help my knowledge on this and help me actually prepare and be well and not have to be stuck on it. I found how to split screen. I took 2 images and cut them in half and layered them together. This was kind of tricky to do, but I had my other group helping me. By doing this, we also had to make sure that everything was in line, so we kept everything. With the poster, I used Photoshop. This was a very useful technology. I used, obviously, cutting out pictures from their background and putting them onto a different screen, but also I was able to fade out writing and also fade out images. I faded out the images because I thought that it would be more suited to our time period, which is in the 1940s, as things wouldn't be so clear, but also I was able for the writing to stand out more. I thought this was really successful because it would be able to see a new and inventive way of showing a film poster. Also, for the poster, the hair on the picture that we took wasn't very clear, so we cropped hair from another picture we took and was able to paste it over on another layer, so the hair matched in and looked more clear and more vibrant as we wanted it to. We were able to put layers on top of each other, which was really helpful because we were able to add more things instead of taking one shot of both characters. We were able to take one shot of one and the other shot of the other, cut around it, and then both post them in. For the magazine, we used a variety of fonts to find the suitable one for our masthead. We used a glittery one that we found online by doing lots of research, and we thought that this would be very inventive and new with the technologies, as Photoshop wouldn't allow us to use the normal font. Would only allowed us to use the normal font, which we didn't want. We wanted something new and something different. I thought this was very successful. When research and planning, I did a lot of YouTube videos. This was more helpful when uploading things to my blog, as I like to talk instead of write things down, but I also think it's more interesting. By using YouTube, it helped me experience more things and find out new ways of cutting my video and posting them on so they're more interesting for people. For example, in my research, when I was planning and showing what I was up to on my editing, I was able to fast forward clips that I had recorded of myself and my group editing and making our poster and magazine, and I added music to the back of that. It was really fun and really nice to watch, as it was something new and different that I've never put on my blog before, and it just makes things more interesting when people go to read. By having YouTube videos, it allowed me to talk more to my audience watching, and I prefer talking than writing, and I think it's more easy for me to put a camera on and talk. But also I edited the videos that I've made to make them even more exciting by adding sound and music, or just using my auto by clipping that out on QuickTime and on the iMovie camera. For putting things on my research for Blogger, I kept it very simple with the writing. I used one Poplet, as it was easy to make spider diagrams on, which I prefer to read, as it keeps one image and all my thoughts in one bubble. I used Prezi once in showing my period drama, as I'd never really experienced recording on a video for a blog, which I thought was really fun. So I tried to stay away from Prezi SlideShare and do more videos, as it would be more fun to watch than to read. I also used Picasa, which is where I got loads of pictures and it flashed through picture-in-picture, which also is still keeping up with the less reading, but it just flashes images, so you're able to see what I was doing, but also put a video next to it so people were able to listen to me talk about it and explain it more. With the technologies that I used a variety of different skills. I had to research how to do these skills on YouTube, which is another technology I used. iMovie is very open to a lot of things and was enabling me to expand my knowledge on iMovie and use more effects that I've never used before. For example, the billing block and the flowerbed productions, if I didn't research at QuickTime, it would have been very difficult to add that in, as it's quite difficult to add pictures in on iMovie. It's more movies and recordings. So by doing QuickTime while I was making it, it also showed the making of it, but also I was able to add a clip in of the actual billing block or my institutional context. iMovie was very difficult to use at the start, and because it was very simple and clips were very stop and start. I used faded out and fade in tools, which made the clips run more smoothly, which is more effective and more appealing to the audience, not very stop and start, which I thought was very successful.